me, boy, you got to examine yourself. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, on one hand, you quote homosexuality is an abomination from Leviticus. But you say that right after you ate some shrimp, some catfish, and some lobster. Uh-oh. Come on now. Preach. You quote Leviticus while you're wearing a wool blend suit. It's also in Leviticus that you shouldn't wear mixed linens. It's in Leviticus that if your wife is on her cycle, that you shouldn't go in the same house with her or even sleep on the same bed with her. What? That's in Leviticus too. Come on now. Teach. Teach. Here's my point. We pick and choose the scriptures that we want to use to beat folk up with.
Look at them eyes, y'all. Just look at them eyes. That's how you know, these pastors are demonically possessed. You see, wolves in sheep's clothing. The Bible talks about that. You got a church. You got a church full of black folks, all Israelites, and they following this one pastor is leading them all to hell. You see that? Now the pastor says that, you guys, you walking around with mixed fabrics, wool and linen. But think about it. We live in a society now where we don't own any textile factories. You see, it's either you walk around with mixed fabrics or you don't have any clothing on at all. You see, what are you going to do? You're in the land of your captivity, and he says you're not supposed to have mixed fabrics on. So just walk around naked? Is that what you're supposed to do? See, the bottom line is these pastors, they are wicked. And a wicked man, you cannot tell him, you cannot correct a wicked man. You it's impossible. You're not going to correct him. They will find an excuse every time. You see, if you keeping everything right, you got your fringes on, you keeping the Sabbath days holy, you eating clean food, you're not eating the pork and shrimp as he stated. These pastors know the law, but you doing all these things, and a demon will come by and say, you know what, you wearing mixed fabric. You see, so you might as well just hang it up. You can't keep the law. You fail at one point. That's their favorite scripture. You fail at one point, you just lost out. You failed at the whole law. Look, it's not hard to keep the law, y'all. It's really not that hard to do. But why would they tell you it's impossible? Let's go to Book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 17. It says, a sinful man will not be reproved. See, you cannot correct a sinful man. You tell him he can't eat pork. You tell him, you're breaking the Sabbath. He's going to bring to you, well, you wearing mixed fabric. You see, your wife, she's on her cycle. She can't be in your house. You see, so so rather than try to keep the law that you can keep, they say throw it all away. A sinful man will not be reproved, but find it an excuse according to his will. See that? So they will find an excuse not to keep the law. They won't try to keep the laws that is possible to keep. They can guarantee I'm going to keep these laws, but they will say, well, I can't keep this one, so I'm throw it all away. That is a sinful man. That is a sinful, wicked spirit. So that is a demonic spirit. Why do I say that? Because think about it. If you feel like, I can do it, I can keep these laws the best of my ability, you see, why would anyone tell you you can't do it? Isn't it better for you to say, yeah, you can do it. I think you can do it. I think you can keep all of these laws and commandments. If it makes you feel better about yourself, why not? Go ahead and try it. See, that's what a person, a godly person would say. You would encourage your brother, to continue, to try and do better. But not the Christians, not the Christian church. They will tell you, no, you can't do it. You see? So if anyone is trying to lose weight or they trying to quit smoking, let's say, you know what? I'm gonna try to stop eating meats. You know, it's normal. They would praise you for trying to do that. But if you tell them, I'm gonna try and keep the Leviticus laws, the laws of Leviticus, not eat any pork, shrimp, lobsters, or crab, they will tell you you can't do it. You see what I'm saying? That is a demon. That is a demonic spirit that's talking to you through that person. That's what it is. Because if I say I'm gonna try to quit smoking, they would be all praises for you. You know, they would go and buy you the vape. They would do all these things to help you out. But if you say, it's against the laws of God for me to smoke, to defile my temple, they will say, no, you can't do it, brother. It's impossible. Beware of these demons. They are come to take the word that was sown. You know, that's what they're there for. They come to take the word that was sown in your heart. Shalom.